So I bought a Switch for Black Friday.
What? Oh, not for yourself.
No, for
Darn.
Okay.
You bought it for Black Friday and not for
Here you
yourself.
go, Black Friday. Yes, my good friend. But no, I at that time the only games. No, I got Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and I got Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. So at the time, those were the only games that I had. And since then, I have bought Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn, Little Dragon's Cafe, and Owlboy.
That's a very diverse set of games.
It is.
Have you played all of them?
Yes, a bit.
So, Jeddy,
Yes.
For those of our listeners on the podcast who aren't into the running gag, you don't usually play a lot of video games. At least not ones from current year, or I guess technically you still haven't played any video games from this year, so you're still on brand.
No, who are you and what have you done with Jeddy? Is what we're asking.
I think Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn came out this year, and I'm pretty sure Little Dragon Cafe did.
It came out in 2019?
Well, when you put it that way.
Jeddy, you still haven't played any video games from this current year.
That's true. You have a good point there, Joseph.
You just scraped by.
Yes.
The dream is alive.
Yes.
I'm sure you actually, you did play it when it was that year.
I did. Yeah, surprisingly.
It's much more funny if we make fun of you.
We haven't talked about Little Dragon's Cafe.
That sounds like the best game ever made. Please continue.
Because the thing is that, like, it's loading the game. Like, literally... Oh, actually, okay, Shaq Fu wasn't that much better. Literally, when you put the cartridge in, you pick the game, and then it says loading. It takes more than a full minute to get started in Shaq Fu.
Oh my god.
And Little Dragon's Cafe isn't that much better. Like, it shows a loading bar with no words on the screen. You just see this, like, bar in the center, and you're like, is something going to happen? And then finally it starts moving. It reaches the end, and then goes back to the beginning, and then says, now loading, and then loads again. And then a third time, it loads again before you get to the title screen to then load the actual game, to then play the game where it loads the maps. And then every time something happens, like, if you go inside, it has to load the inside. And then it's like, oh wait, there's also a cutscene, so then it loads the cutscene. And then at the end of the cutscene, it loads again. And it's like, can I play the game? Can I please play the game? Once you get to play the game, like once you get past the part where it's constantly like, oh, here's a tutorial. Loading. Let me show you how to... Loading. Like once you get past that section and you're actually playing the game, it is quite fun. And then as you play further, it starts to get more like tiring. And it's like, I want my cafe to be the best. I want people to come and eat at the cafe, but then like...
Well, wait, what do you do in this game?
Okay, so...
Aside from load.
So, I don't even remember why, but like your mom passed out.
Wait, are you a dragon or are you not a dragon at this point?
You are not a dragon.
Okay. Alright, well...
You are a twin. You can pick whether you are the boy twin or the girl twin. Yeah, like, I really don't remember what happens. Your mom is, like, around at the beginning of the game, but then she, like, passes out, and this old man shows up, and you find a dragon.
The only way to save her is to open the best dragon cafe.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, this old man shows up, and you find a dragon egg, and you hatch this baby dragon, and then you have to take care of your mom's cafe while raising this dragon. And then, like, people show up, and, like...
And then is the old man just like, peace? Like,
no,
here you go, here's a dragon, here's a cafe, have fun, child.
No, he lives at your house now, and he weirdly stares at your mom while she sleeps sometimes.
He doesn't help?
He doesn't help, actually. He only does if...
Well...
What's happening here, then?
He's an adult.
So...
First, if he cares enough to, like, come over and, like, tell you what to do, he could also just, like, do it. He clearly doesn't have anything better to do. I'm 10. You're at least 60.
Yeah, he's old.
Give me a hand here. I'm pretty sure this is illegal, what I'm doing here.
So then, like, this lazy guy shows up, and he starts working at your cafe.
I thought that was... You mean that the old guy isn't the lazy guy?
No, there's this like lazy teenage guy who like never does any work, and he's always trying to play his weird, like, it looks like a harp, like it's shaped like a harp, but it's like styled like an electric guitar. And he likes to play it instead of doing work. So then...
Okay.
Did you hire him?
You do hire him, and you also hire...
Why?
I don't know. I don't remember. And then this girl shows up, and she's like a fan of cafes, and she's like, wow, this is such a cool place, but this guy's so lazy. And she gets really mad at him, and she goes Super Saiyan.
What?
And yeah, that happens. And then she decides to work for your cafe. And then this cool, fashionable orc, he is my favorite character. He comes to be your cook.
Amazing.
It is. It's great. He has tiny glasses. I don't know. He's so sweet. I like him. I'm a fan of Lucola, the orc. And so, yeah, basically, he cooks. The other two, and like, the rest of everybody just...
He cooks the other two?
Well, if only.
Amazing.
I did
Best
say he was
game.
an orc. But basically, like, your twin and the other two people all do basically the same thing, which is they take orders, they pick up the dishes and serve them to the people, and then they clean the dishes. And, like, you also have the option of, like, doing those things. Or you can go out and, like, take your dragon and, like, run around with the dragon and pick up supplies. You can go to a rock where you get sugar and salt off of it.
Just this one rock.
You go to different rocks, and different rocks, there's the soy sauce rock. There's the chocolate sauce, cream sauce, and curry powder rock.
What?
There's the salt and sugar rock. There's the flour and rice rock. You can go fishing. You can shake trees to get fruit off of them. You can capture egg birds to get eggs.
Okay.
And yeah, just in general, you're supposed to like explore and like collect ingredients. Oh, you can go to like different bushes, and the bushes will have like carrots and cabbage and spinach and stuff on them. And so like you pick the...
Carrots most of those I at least do not grow on bushes, as I understand.
Well...
Yes, you go out to the carrot tree.
Yeah, you do. And I like that you're complaining about carrots growing on a bush, but soy sauce from a rock. Oh yeah, sure.
That's fine.
Well, of course. Rock. Haven't you ever heard of rock salt, Jeddy? Of course, sugar is just a really small rock.
It comes in cubes. You just chip them off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's basically, exploration. You get the ingredients. You come back and you like cook. You play like a rhythm game to cook the food, and then you say like, okay, I've made this food really well, so I'm going to put it on my menu. And yeah, it's like exploration, cafe management. You pick what you put on the menu, the people serve it. But then there's like a point where the staff will start to slack off, and you have to come like talk to them to get them to go back to work. And then if there's too many people, you have to like really pick up the slack and like take the orders and take the dish to the person who ordered it, and then clean the dishes. And like towards the middle of the game, I haven't beaten it yet. Most of your day is like, well, I can't go out and get ingredients, and I'm running out of ingredients, but I have to be here to like take the orders. Otherwise, like nobody will like my place and they'll all leave. And if I'm not here, then all the staff keeps slacking off. And it's just like this constant stress of I can't leave to get the ingredients that I need. And people keep coming to the restaurant. It's like, at what point is this fun? It was fun in the middle of the game, but now I'm no longer having fun because I want to go explore. I want to fly around on my dragon. And instead I'm stuck in here trying to get my staff to work.
You should just close on Wednesdays.
I wonder if I should stop caring so much that people are gonna like go away from my restaurant. Because it's not like you make money.
Oh, well.
Well, well then what's the point of the restaurant then?
It is kind of weird, like, I'm at this point now where I'm wondering that, is like, so I found that making food, like you have different ingredients, and it will let you kind of customize the food to be like, oh, I can use a more rare ingredient that has like a higher rating. But like...
Or you could cook your food.
The thing is that I found that like using an earlier recipe and trying to like increase the like rareness of the ingredients doesn't do much. You will get a better rated food item if you just take a newer recipe with like one thing and just be like, oh, I'm going to cook this with one piece of meat and that's it. And it'll be like, oh, this is 6 stars. But if you take like one of your first items and like load it up with rare ingredients, it'll be like, this is 2.5 stars. And you're like, but I got it. I got perfect. I got all excellence on the rhythm game.
I'm imagining like a single chicken tender, like with like this like beautiful like sauce art surrounding it, and it's just like covered in caviar, and like there's like a little truffle design on top of it, and you're just standing around. It's like, why does no one want this?
You're not wrong, and I've actually done some testing where I'm like, does it matter if I make, like if I have an egg, there's a recipe that's just an egg. But it has 5
sounds like my Friday night.
It has 5 item slots. So it's like, okay, well if I use like a fancy egg and then I add, I don't know, salt, pepper, soy sauce, I don't know, a chicken.
Chicken.
And like I put all these things on there and it's like, yeah, that's great. And I'm like, but does this mean anything? And I don't think that it does. It didn't really increase. Like,
I just imagine this 12-year-old walking around with this, there's a plate with just like a sunny side up egg in the center, and then like on top of like a tiny bowl that's like meant to hold like super crackers, there's just an entire chicken, like an entire like comical Castlevania wall chicken, and they're just carrying around this plate going up to customers like, is this anything? Is this anything?
Well, I also was like, okay, well, what happens if I take, there's like pudding, and I was like, okay, you need this, and then I'm going to put onion and eel. Like, does this mean anything? If I do this, does this mean anything? Are people going to dislike it? Like, I don't understand. And as far as I can tell, none of this means anything, and using rare ingredients means nothing. The only thing that's important is getting supreme on the, like getting all excellence on the rhythm game, and using more recent recipes. Like you find fragments of recipes as you like go out and explore, and like if you use ones that you found recently, those get higher ratings than the ones that you got early on.
But then what do the high ratings do?
People are more likely to order stuff that has a high rating.
Okay, but
I feel like I need to start like pulling that back because I'm getting too many people and I can't keep up with it, and I'm running out of ingredients because I literally can't go out and pick enough of them.
Are you not like closed on Saturdays or something?
You are never closed. Well, okay, you're closed at night, but the thing is that you get like
closed.
You get a lunch rush from like noon until like 3:30, but then that starts to flow into the dinner rush when it starts to get like, okay, dinner's supposed to start at like 7 and lunch is supposed to end at 3, but then if you're like still there trying to clean up all the dishes at 4:30 and people start to come in early, you just like never get to leave.
Oh.
You should close on like the weekends or like on Wednesdays. That's what, I don't know why, but most restaurants will like close on Wednesdays sometime, and I think that's what you need to do.
So
I think
you don't need to understand why. Just
game.
Just look, once a week, Jeddy. Every 7 days, you just abandon your restaurant. And people will figure out that service is terrible on Wednesdays.
And I wonder, like, does it really matter? Like, I guess, like, as long as I pick it up by the end of the game, does it matter if I get good reviews now?
Yeah, like, what did the reviews do?
I don't know. Like, as far as I can tell, the reviews just mean more people are going to come. So should I be aiming for mediocrity so that people don't come so that I can stop running out of ingredients and stop worrying about it?
I mean, what you need to do was hire better people.
And you can't. And that's one of the things. It's like, it's not really a restaurant management sim if you can't hire people and there's nothing you can do to improve it. You can't. At one point in the game, the old man magically makes your building bigger so that you can also be like a bed and breakfast. And then you start getting like these story characters that come in, and that's fun. It's like you get these little stories, and like some of them are just like silly and stupid, and other ones are like weirdly meaningful. Like there's one that's like a commentary on racism, and like other ones about it's half generic anime plot lines and half something like almost meaningful. Oh, you were doing your best, but like people still didn't think that was good enough, but you should be doing it for yourself and not worry so much about that or whatever. Or
Yeah, who cares about your sick mom? Live for you.
well, this is about other characters that are coming in, and so like one comes in
Okay.
and she's like, I hate my dad, and then it's like, well, he means his best, so like maybe you should learn to forgive him or whatever.
Also, counterpoint, you live in fantasy world. There's no like phones or anything. You can just bounce. And like what are they gonna do? You can just leave. You can just go. And they're like, well, I'm sad, but they're also gone forever, and there's no way for me to ever find them again. So what am I gonna do?
You say that, and it's half true, but they do also say weirdly at one point, like, should we call your house or something? I'm like, but what does that mean? You've never mentioned phones before.
you
Are
stand on
phones
top
real?
of a mountain, you're just like, hey,
Hey!
are you guys open yet?
I don't know, like, there's so many weird things about this game that, like, I really want to like this game.
Back when Yelp was
I like this
a
place.
more apt description. Just someone standing on a mountain by a restaurant saying, hey, I didn't like their chicken tenders. I mean, you can go if you want, but I didn't like, they put like an eel on my chicken tender. I didn't ask for that.
I was very confused. I just wanted a chicken tender.
I like the game, but I guess I am wondering, like, I feel like, oh, okay, so here's the other thing. Do people write game facts anymore? Do they, like, write guides?
Like guides?
Yeah,
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
I think what happens now more is like with sites like Reddit and stuff, or like forums, like instead of writing a full guide, like people just, you can find information like piecemeal.
Yeah.
It's like, I have this question about the game.
Yeah. Because
the game also maybe just hasn't been out long enough and is not popular enough to warrant that.
I think that's a little bit of it too. But like, I just want to know, like, I guess I'm so used to playing all these games from the 90s where like every mechanic is known in great detail that like I'm not used to going to a game and being like, do the ingredients mean anything? It's like, hello.
Does it matter what food I have in my restaurant? Yeah. Is that important? I thought yes, but all evidence points to the contrary.
Should I bother keeping the customers happy? And I'm just sitting here like, should I just give up on like bothering? Like I've already replaced everything on my menu, which is the most basic stuff. That's like, this is the basic egg that I get 6 of every single day. So like I'm never gonna run out of it. And like that's my recipes is every single thing that only has one ingredient. And like I don't care that the stars is like a low number of stars. Like I don't care that the rating is low. I just want something that I don't have to like run out every single day and only try to pick that one thing. And then if the stupid chocolate sauce rock doesn't give me chocolate sauce and it gives me curry powder instead, then I don't have to worry about it.
Wait, what?
There's a rock that gives you chocolate sauce, but sometimes it gives you curry powder instead.
That's not how... Alright.
There's a soy sauce rock, and every once in a while it'll give you generic flour instead, and it's always upsetting because it's like, I'm running out of soy sauce.
You dare to call yourself soy sauce rock?
Why?
So it is fun is that you start off with this baby dragon, and like they can do certain things, and then...
Yeah, I'm surprised. We haven't, like, you've been talking about this game for a really long time. We've barely mentioned the dragon.
Yeah, so there's like this little dragon that, it starts off as a baby little dragon, and then at one point it turns into like a teen dragon, I guess. And like it's a little bigger, and it can like push things around, like it can push rocks, and it can like break some little barriers so you can go in some new areas. And then it gets bigger to be like a young adult, and you can fly on its back, but like it can't fly very high, but it can like break more things. But then like it can no longer go into the little holes to like dig stuff out. But like, yeah, you have this dragon that helps you out, and it can like ram into a tree to get like extra fruit out of the tree. You feed it, and the more that you feed it, the more manure you get.
Oh, good.
What is the point of this game? Like, what is your end goal here?
I don't know.
Like, how is this saving your mother?
I don't know. And like I've gone and like most things in the house you have some like little interaction with, and I'm like looking at my mom and there's no interaction. She's just laying there in the bed, and occasionally the old man is in the bedroom looking at her.
Sir, did you kill my mom?
And it hasn't been brought up since the beginning of the game. You have all these people who come and stay at your inn.
Someone walks out and is like, yeah, who's that dead woman in my room? Like, is that like the horror suite or...
But like, you're supposed to like just take care of the cafe until your mom gets back. And like occasionally they'll be like, we should make it the best cafe that we can. That's what mom would want or something. But it's like...
Mom's dead.
Yeah, and...
Mom's dead. B, dragon. Like, we could do whatever we want once we get dragon.
And
Dragon is our mom now.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, what is supposed to happen at the end of the game, because the dragon I know is going to become like a full adult and I'm going to be able to fly around. There's like a limited number of these story people, like I can see it shows me like what my progress is, and I'm like halfway through the game, but I don't know what the end result is supposed to be. It's fun, kind of, sometimes.
I look forward to hearing about how you end up saving your mom, ?
Yeah.
/ your dragon.
Your mom's soul is now in the dragon.
So do you recall the video games that I was discussing on the last podcast?
I think so.
Bold of you to assume we
Yeah.
remember anything from the last podcast.
I remember, hey look, I listened to each podcast probably a total of 3 times in the course of it being presented. So yeah, I remember there was a whole section of the last podcast where it was
most of
just
the
Jeddy
podcast.
talking about games.
Yes, so...
Are you gonna say just like the Ditto quotes?
Oh, no. I was just going to follow up about my my discussion of Little Dragon's Cafe.
Yes, okay, I was
Good.
hoping that was the one
Thank
you were
God.
gonna update us on.
So,
I want to know what happens. I'm really invested in this, Jeddy.
okay, sadly, because I ended
Wait,
up...
just real quick.
Does your mom die?
Can you can you just bring everybody up to speed who maybe forgot or didn't listen to the last episode about what Little Dragon's Cafe is?
Okay, so it's basically Harvest Moon, but you take care of a dragon and you run a cafe. Like, it's by the people who made Harvest Moon, and you have this concept, like, going into it, that it's going to be like, oh, I have some kind of thing that I take care of, and there's a dragon. Like, you think it's going to be Harvest Moon, but you have a cool dragon that you hang out with. And instead, it's this really, like, it's not even like a business management sim. There's no money. Nothing that you do actually affects your workers. Nothing that you do actually affects the people that come in. There's all these things that are like, oh yeah, use better ingredients, or make new dishes or whatever. And after our discussion last time, I was like, I'm going to ignore all of that. I'm going to completely ignore whenever my workers are like, oh, we're so stressed, we need help.
Help.
I just ignore them. And I don't care about like trying to put better ingredients. I'm just like, whatever I get enough of every single day to not have to like worry about it.
And that's the true meaning of business.
Yeah, and it turns out that like there's no difference. There's no playing of the game, and so like I'm just burning through the stories because I can just go to sleep. I can just wake up, play the cutscene. There's nothing to do with these cutscenes. It's just like you come in once a day and a cutscene plays. So it's just like, okay, well, I'll just watch the cutscene, go to sleep. The thing takes care of itself. Nobody cares if it's bad or not. Like, I'm not making any money, so the playing of the game is just stress. Like, it's just me worrying about stuff that doesn't matter because in the end, I get nothing for it.
Not even like a Luigi's Mansion style, like, this is how good your restaurant
You
was.
did
and
so
you get a
good.
little-
Here's a
That
million.
sounds like bad game design to me.
It sounds like life.
House.
Yeah, that sounds like real life, but unfortunately, real life is bad game design.
I apparently never completed my my tale, my saga, my ongoing adventure of Little Dragon's Cafe.
Oh, yes, I want to hear the end. What happened? What happened,
Okay,
Jeddy?
so
Did you save your sick mother?
I did, and then it just kind of ends. She just kind
Wait,
of
okay. let me give a quick recap, and because you could give a recap, but I think it'll be funnier because I don't remember much of it.
Okay.
Okay. So if I remember correctly, Little Drive-In's Cafe, you live in a house, and your mother gets sick, and then a guy comes in and is like, "Hey, your mother's sick. You need to earn money, so we're gonna turn your house into a bed and breakfast, except maybe mostly breakfast and other meals." And then also you find a small dragon. And then the dragon helps you find ingredients that you use to make the food for your restaurant. And there's a lot of people in the restaurant that have emotional problems that just kind of resolve themselves if you walk in and out of the house. And the dragon, like, it gets bigger, which is supposed to help you get food, but honestly, sometimes it makes it harder to get old food. And your mom's still just kind of sick, and the old guy just sort of hangs out and doesn't help very much. And you want your restaurant to be good, but if it's bad, there's no consequences. And I think last you were just telling us about, like, the weird people who would come in and have a problem, and then you'd, like, leave and come back and their problem would just be resolved.
Yeah, so that's mostly correct. Your mom owned the bed and breakfast, and then you had to take it over because she got sick.
Okay.
And
I
then
thought the old man just told you to make your house a bed and breakfast to help your mother.
No, yeah, so I took your advice last time, and I didn't realize that I hadn't talked about it. Oh, I was having an issue where I was spending so much time trying to, like, keep the customers happy, but the thing is you don't get any money from it. You just get, like, you get, like, a higher rating, you get more popular, which means that more people are going to come, which is, like, more people to keep happy. So I finally just said there's no consequences to not keeping the people happy. I'm just going to focus on burning through these missions, like the little quests or the story points, where, like, yeah, you go to sleep, you wake up, there's a story point, you leave the house, you come back in, there's another story point, you just go directly to sleep. And then the next
right,
one
let your mom run an established restaurant with good reviews. You're a child.
And then, so basically, I just completely ignored anything that wasn't forced on me, because they do have a bunch of stuff where they're like, oh, I'm so hungry for this, oh. And then you have to go out and you have to find you have to figure out what the ingredients are, and, like, there's somebody who tells you what the recipe is, and, like, oh, that's right, you have to find the pieces of the recipe, and one of them is, like, a person who's standing randomly out there somewhere on the map. You have to find them.
Person is part of the recipe?
Delicious.
They will give you the last piece of the recipe if you
That
can
is
get...
not how you phrased that initial idea, Jeddy.
Yes, it is. Please continue with this man's soup.
Yeah. So, if you bring them the food that they want, they will give you the last piece of the recipe. And so, like, I'll just sit there and I'll sleep and I'll, like, wake up and leave and come back in and sleep again, whatever, until it gets to that point. Then I'll go find the person, come back, cook the food, go back out, feed them the food, come back, go to sleep, and just finish that section. And
so, does anything happen, like, I know that there's not really any consequences to it, but, like, what happens to your restaurant as you're currently plummeting in service?
fewer people come, which means fewer people complain.
So it just reaches a stable equilibrium.
Yeah, basically.
So people aren't even really complaining that much anymore.
Yeah, and then there is a point at the end of the game where you have to reach, like, a minimum rating, but you can do that really fast if you then just focus on, like, serving the food and getting the ingredients and stuff. Like, if you just, at the end, focus on the restaurant, then it gets there, and your mom wakes up, and everything's great, and she basically just goes, "Oh, good work. Oh, keep it up."
Wait, she doesn't help?
No,
It's
she
her
stays in her
business.
bedroom.
It's her business, though. Like, I get that she was sick, and I can appreciate that, but she's better now, and also an adult.
Yep, and, yeah, nothing basically happens. You get to the end of the game, and you're just kind of free to roam around, but it's like, why would I want to at this point?
Were there even credits?
Yeah, there was credits, but then after that, you're just free to roam.
What about your dragon? What happened to your dragon?
Oh, he's really big now.
Was that a requirement for the story, or could you have, like, gone through the whole game with the tiny dragon?
No, he comes, he, like, grows at, like, different story points after, like, every couple
I
of...
see. So, like the movie Aragon, where the dragon just gets bigger for no reason.
I remember that movie existing, and I remember making fun of it because it's just dragon with an E. Just like, increase the letter index by 1.
Welcome to my new fantasy series, the sequel to Aragon.
Fragon?
Fragon.
I never watched it though, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But yeah, like there was
Just trust me that my joke was funny.
there
Like
was-
you do normally, of course.
Yes. Good one, Joe.
Okay, don't patronize me now.
But the thing is that the power of friendship, like everyone that you meet, for some reason they have some like interconnected storyline where like, oh, you meet the little boy at the beginning and then he comes back later and it turns out that his mom owns a restaurant that someone else like works at, and then something, I don't know. Like they're all friends somehow, and it was only because all of them helped you that you made it this far, and blah blah blah. You got all your friends with you. It helped everybody.
So,
Friendship.
was Little Dragons Cafe a good video game?
Not really.
But you did play the whole video game, Jeddy.
I did, but from like the first few hours was like fun and interesting, and then it was like, well, I've made it this far, I might as well. And it's like, well, oh yeah, no, like it was what was it, sunken cost fallacy or
Sunk
whatever?
cost fallacy, yeah.
Yeah, like I finished it, and I don't know why I did, other than to do it.
Let's go in reverse alphabetical order again. What did you wanted to talk about a video game today? An update
Yes.
to a video game that you've been telling us about for the past few podcasts, and
think
I'm
it's
very
gonna-
excited because I thought this story was over, closed, and done, but we've got a secret season 6 on our hands.
And a movie. Yes, so a follow-up to longtime podcast listeners will remember from a few months ago when I talked about Little Dragons Cafe and my grand disappointment in the lack of any sort of purpose of playing the game.
The part where the best way to play the game was to avoid playing the game.
Yeah, actually, hold on.
The premise, as I remember, was that you have a cafe that you have to take care of because your mom got sick, and a guy was like, hey, your mom's sick, you need to take care of the cafe. And you're like, why don't you help me? And it's like, I'm just going to stand here and look at your sleeping mother. And they're like, that's cool. And then you try to run the cafe, and you have to go on adventures with your dragon to make the cafe better. But then you learn that if you make the cafe better, it just gets harder. And the best way to win the game is to just not take care of the cafe and go out on adventures with your dragon.
And see,
Because if you have a bad cafe, then everybody just expects it to be a bad cafe, and it goes okay.
yeah, basically. And see, I always said there's like several things that are missing. Is like, okay, maybe if you could actually, like, if you had more involvement, like setting prices and stuff, and like what you put in your menu would actually like affect how much you make, and like some kind of money management and that kind of thing. Maybe some RPG elements and so on.
What are you talking about? There's a dragon.
I know.
The best RPG element.
And then I stumbled across Marinian Tavern Story, Patty and the Hungry God.
Okay.
So, Jeddy, you've tricked us because this sounds like a completely different video
It
game.
is, in fact, a completely different video game, and
You tricked me!
but I'm gonna discuss both the merits and shortcomings of each.
Okay.
I've been
Because,
bamboozled.
you know, I said to myself, okay, this is gonna be great. You know, it looks like it's gonna have all the things that I was missing in the other one. Like, there's actual, like, prices and stuff. There's more of a focus on, like, going out and fighting things because it's more of an RPG, like it has a turn-based combat system. I was excited to purchase it on sale on Nintendo Switch, and I almost like Little Dragons Cafe better.
Oh no.
Yeah, like I'm realizing
no,
all
what
the
happened?
I'm realizing all the things that it did right as I'm playing this, and just thinking like, wow, there's nothing going on in this game. Like, there's turn-based combat, but like it's the most pointless. It literally has both an auto attack feature and a speed up feature, and you just click ZL and R, and it just auto battles for you at 1.5 times speed. And it's like there's no threat here. There's no reason for these battles. Also, battling doesn't level you up. Eating levels you up, and fighting gets you ingredients. which like in a way it's like, okay, that's cute in concept, but like everything takes forever. Like you spend half an hour going through like a dungeon, of which there's only one available to you at the beginning of the game, and you have to play like several hours through this same dungeon repeatedly to get access to like another dungeon and so on. And like all the elements are like slowly introduced so slowly that it just kind of kills the game. And like each day is separated out into, I go on an adventure and then I go back and I cook, but I need to like figure out the recipes and I need to buy ingredients that I'm missing. And so you spend like another half hour just making the food. And then finally you open your shop and there's like a 5-second cut scene of plate clinking noises while it like pans over your restaurant with like people sitting there. And that's it. Just like repeat that eternally.
Oh no.
So I've been looking back and being like, wow, Little Dragon Cafe was actually kind of fun. As much as I didn't appreciate the unique graphics at the time, it was charming. It did attempt to have some story elements. And as much as there was a lot of like, I have to run around and gather the stuff, it somehow was still not as much of a grind as this.
You still sound conflicted.
I just want to play a good game. And somehow, like, 2 for 2, for different reasons, they were both disappointments. I want to run a cafe.
I'm real sorry, Jeddy. That sounds... There's got to be a good cafe game out there somewhere.
So that was my update on Little Dragon's Cafe. I'm somehow now reconsidering my poor review that I gave of Little Dragon's Cafe.
Good update. Good update.
Wow. Aren't we... now that really put me in high spirits for a great energy podcast.
Save it.
Man, the sound of Jeddy's hopes and dreams just shattering.
Blaster, Maester, Zaster, Taster.
That sounds like a very good dish that you should open in your dragon restaurant.
Yeah.